As much fun it is to squeeze cell signal out of a marine iguana in the Galapagos, my vacation has been over for a couple days. I'm like, there's nothing that possibly could come up that would make life more interesting and more painful for me, apparently. Well, leave it to Robert Mueller and his shenanigans. He finally talks. Finally. And in a previous video, I'll probably link down in the description, I kind of tried to give this guy some credit, saying that, he just wanted to do his job, get out, blah, blah, blah. Well, wrong. In my summation, this guy does not like the president. No doubt. And can you blame him? He constantly said he was corrupt and, blah, blah, blah. So you can imagine that he wants to get back at him before. And so here's what Donald Trump had to say. He just tweeted once, surprisingly. Nothing changes from the Mueller report. There was insufficient evidence, and therefore in our country a person is innocent. The case is closed. Thank you. Yeah, but that's not going to stop the rest of the shenanigans out there. So, this is from Yahoo. Take it with a grain of salt. The latest, Cory Booker. Of course, Spartacus would have to say something. Booker says Mueller clearly suggests impeachment, but he never said impeachment. He alluded to it, but he didn't suggest it. He said there's other ways of getting at the president. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Okay. This has just happened apparently about an hour ago, maybe? I think so. Cory Booker is calling all fellow congressional Democrats to begin impeachment proceedings immediately in the wake of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's public statement investigation into Russia interference with the 2016 election, including the question of whether Donald Trump obstructed justice. Okay, but what's the charge? You have to charge him with something. Obstruction. Okay, obstruction of what? That's the problem. What are you going to... the presidential candidate and New Jersey senator tweeted this statement Wednesday after Mueller spoke publicly for the first time since he was appointed 2 years ago. Booker has previously declined to press for impeachment. But he said Mueller's statement makes it clear Congress has legal and moral obligation to initiate an impeachment process. Yeah, you can try, but the Senate's not going to do it. So you got a Bill Clinton situation all over again. And if you want to get Donald Trump elected again, you impeach him, and then nothing goes forward. That's what's going to happen. And then at 12:05, which would be some other time from now, so White House Sarah Sanders says Special Counsel Mueller is moving on with his life, and everyone else should do the same. But they're not. Sanders said in her statement, Mueller noted his office has closed the case. No collusion, no conspiracy, and the Justice Department has confirmed there is no obstruction. See, there you go. Then at 11:55, this is going back in time. Back in time. Okay. Chairman of House Judiciary Committee says it falls on Congress to respond to the crimes, lies, and other wrongdoing of a president, and we will do so. Okay, but what? What is his crimes? What is his lies? What's his wrongdoing? Again, you're not bringing anything to the table. This is more of an opinion. You goddamn moron, Gerald frickin' Nadler. God. This guy's in the hospital. Apparently, life and diabetes hasn't taken him yet. On Wednesday, he delivered the first public comments. Trump has repeatedly called Mueller's investigation a witch hunt and tweets, "This case is closed." Okay. This goes back to Mueller says there were multiple systematic efforts to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. Yep, there were. Deserves the attention of every American. What are we going to do? That's for you guys to do. We elect you clowns to do this crap. So go do something. So we're going to poke a stick at you guys. Do something. Detailed the meddling in the indictment last year, charging 12 Russian military intelligence officers and hacking with Democratic email accounts. Mueller probe found there was no evidence that President Donald Trump's campaign colluded or conspired with Russia, but the report released at the end detailed many contacts between Russia and the campaign. Just like there was with the Hillary Clinton campaign, but we don't look at that. But hopefully Bob Barr will. Robert Mueller's not ruling out testifying before Congress, but his story noticed that he does not intend to go beyond what has already been revealed in his report. Mueller said Wednesday he and the special counsel team chose their words carefully in the report. The work speaks for itself. Mueller says the report in his testimony that he would not provide any information beyond what is already public in the appearance for Congress. It says, beyond what is said in public statement and written in his work, he does not believe it is appropriate for him to speak further about the investigation. But to leave it ambiguous, that's what you'll do, of course. During his speech, he says charging a president with a crime was not an option his team could consider in the Russian investigation. He says he's not bound by long-standing Justice Department opinions. The president can't be indicted while in office, but that's not necessarily true because Bill Clinton was indicted but never convicted. Findings report. Mueller revealed that President Donald Trump tried to seize control of the Russia probe and force Mueller's removal to stop him from investigating potential obstruction of justice by the Republican president. Trump has called the investigation a witch hunt. I don't know why they keep saying witch hunt. See, witch hunt. Witch hunt. It seems there's some bias there. So yeah, there's Yahoo's take on it. It's basically they say witch hunt like 6 or 7 times, and of course that's what they do. Yahoo News is essentially one level above BuzzFeed and 2 levels above. Who are those clowns? Salon and Vox, essentially. And that's not saying a lot. So we go to NBC News. Here's what they got to say. Mueller says charging Trump wasn't an option, won't comment beyond his report until it gets subpoenaed by the Congress. Special counsel, speaking publicly for the first time, said in a statement that he was bound by the Justice Department policy. Okay, but what if you weren't bound by it? Apparently you would slam the president. That's what you would do. I'll kind of condense this a little bit. Basically, here's interesting what he says right here. Beyond what I have said here today and what is contained in a written work, I do not believe it is appropriate to speak further or comment. Making this decision myself and that nobody had tried to prevent me from appearing before Congress. So that essentially blows that chucklehead Nancy Pelosi out of the water, saying Bob Barr was doing some shenanigans or lying. No. And he also said, quote, no one has told me whether I can or should testify. Mueller report did not come to a traditional prosecutorial decision on whether Trump obstructed justice, rated it in his conclusion. If we had confidence that he clearly did not commit a crime, we could have said so. So there we go. We did not, however, make a determination to whether the president did commit a crime. That's kind of a fucking bullshit sort of thing to say there. If you don't have evidence to commit a crime, to charge a crime, then you say we don't have evidence to charge a crime. But that's just a fucking bullshit way to say, hey, Congress, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, here's what you can do when there's no crime that was committed that they could find. And therefore he's innocent so far. And believe you and me, this guy and his team of rabid Democrats apparently ran rampant through this guy's life. They didn't find anything. So what else can they find? Oh, the tax returns. But you don't think Mueller didn't find the tax returns? I guarantee it did. He said this counsel made it clear that he felt constrained from the beginning of his probe by Justice Department rules that prohibit the indictment of a sitting president. There's reasons behind that. But, the Constitution, that pesky thing. The method for charging and removing a president, he said, lies outside the criminal justice system, impeaching the president. But again, it's not going to happen so far unless 2020 does some crazy things. And my dog's running around crazy. He said Mueller's returning to private life, resigning from the office. Did not take questions. Speaking out today because his investigation is complete. He's also speaking out today because the news cycle for the whole Russia collusion thing was slowing down. All of a sudden, bam! You're giving CNN, Rachel Maddow, and the other chuckle nuts of the mainstream fake news media getting all up in arms. The ratings are going to go up some because people are going to go, yeah, let me go see what they're going to say. And there's nothing. There's nothing. Unless something out there they haven't found that Robert Mueller in the last 2.5 freaking years couldn't find. I doubt it. Doubt it. There's something out there. It's all hearsay, speculation, circumstance, but it's not that you can't. But to impeach a president, all it takes is I think it's just in the House, it requires a 50 plus 1% vote. But in the Senate, it requires like 60, I think 2/3 vote. So that's not going to happen. There's no party owns 2/3. The Democrats are going to, obviously. Republicans, they're not going to. Even if one or two, maybe Mitt Romney or some other chuckle nuts, I think they have like 53. Even if it goes to 51, you still even if it goes to 50, you still have Mike Pence out there, the vice president, just going to go, dink. Nope. So even then, it's not going to work. And the rest of this stuff is just this is where I find funny right here. Mueller, however, added that his report was also guided by principles of fairness. Anyways, yeah, and you got the president's tweet. It says, given the president, was able to pursue criminal charge against the president, it falls to Congress respond. Okay. No one, not even the president of the United States, above the law. No one said he was. Dick shit. Jerry Nadler. God, this guy's such a fucking asshole. Ugh. And he looks like a douche canoe, too. Anyways. But that's really about it. I mean, there's really nothing else that can be gleaned from this. He basically reiterated. Well, he did add that, hey, I couldn't prosecute because there wasn't enough evidence, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you guys in Congress want to wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pursue further, you can with wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anything outside the purview of my scope of my investigation, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, of course. Yeah, so this last paragraph is pretty interesting. It's accordingly, while this report does not conclude the president committed a crime, does not exonerate him. See, that's a bullshit line, because let's say you're in a criminal case. Say you're brought up for charges for murder. There wasn't enough evidence to convict you, so you're not guilty. But we're like, well, we don't report this investigation until your person X's murder on this other person. We couldn't conclude that there was a crime committed. However, we cannot exonerate him, so therefore he's not guilty. That's essentially what it is. So essentially, this isn't double jeopardy per se, but it's on the horizon of it. But regardless, he's this is not going to stop, unfortunately. But like I said, they can't do anything in the Senate. They can impeach him all day long. But it takes time to do this stuff. And most of the Democrats, I'd say like 99% of them, and the last 1% will be pulled in because they can't go against their party, which sucks about two-party systems about that. But it's going to happen. So, he says, later adding that Trump's efforts to influence the investigation were mostly unsuccessful, but it is largely because that the persons who surround the president declined to carry out orders or accede to his requests. Okay. But why didn't you subpoena them? Oh, that's right. Presidential privilege, I guess. But that's not necessarily against the law. This is it's just nuts. Expect more of this. And Robert Mueller, you're a douche. What a douche. What a douche move. What a douche move. You just caused more shit in the world. Congratulations. You played yourself. And you're a douche canoe. Congratulations.